Yeah, sir, I was in Lambeau last week. I was on the call for the Washington game where Washington quarterback Taylor Heineke finished just under 100 yards rushing. Most of those yards came because Green Bay's front, now, they were getting in the backfield, they were winning their matchups, but they were out of control. They had no real rush lane integrity. If they do that with Kyler Murray, not only is he going to beat you as a runner, but the longer he can keep those plays going, his eyes are downfield, he's looking for the home run, he's looking for the explosive play. It just puts so much pressure on your secondary. The front has to keep him in the pocket, and they've got to keep him contained.
Right, you know, it's funny you say that because about 2 hours ago when I talked to Matt LaFleur, I barely got the question out about what concerns you the most about tonight. He's like, exactly. He said, Tyler Heineke last week, 96 yards rushing. He said, we can't do the same thing here with Kyler Murray. Not only do we have to make sure we have that outside containment, we've got to make sure we close that outside containment. We can't have those big rushing lanes for him.
You look at this Packer offense here, Mark Sanchez, and Devontae Adams is in the conversation for best receiver in football. He's out tonight due to COVID. So is Alan Lazard. So is Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His top three receivers for Aaron Rodgers. As a quarterback, how do you try and overcome that?
If it was any other quarterback, I'd be terrified. But listen, he's got to go a heavy dose of A.J. Dillon in the run game. You can't forget about Aaron Jones, who's already got 4 receiving touchdowns, and then Robert Tonyan, and who else? The guy he stood on the table for, called out the organization for, saying, I want this guy back. He's my guy. Number 18, Randall Cobb. He's got to get the rock tonight and look for him to force it to those guys.
And Michael Strahan, as Mark says, he is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he is Aaron Rodgers, Kurt. I mean, you can never count this guy out. And we talked about Devontae Adams being out. Well, they're 9-3 without Devontae Adams. They're actually winning percentage is better without Devontae Adams. Would they rather have him? Are they a better team with him? In my opinion, absolutely. Get Aaron Jones the ball, control the ball, move the chains. But if you're Arizona, don't fall asleep and think that because their top 3 receivers are out, Aaron Rodgers was not going to go deep. He and Matt LaFleur have to take chances. And I have a feeling tonight they realize that, and they will take some deep ball chances. So if you're Arizona, just don't think everything's going to be right in front of you. They're going to control the ball, keep your offense off the field, but it's Aaron Rodgers. He has to throw the ball deep.
Yeah, you take a look at it, and he mentioned how good Green Bay has been without maybe the best receiver in football in Devontae Adams. 6-0 over the last 2 years. So sometimes, Greg, I mean, does a team rally around not having a weapon that everybody expects?
And I think the guy that Mark mentioned, Robert Tonyan, I know he's a fellow tight end, so I'm biased. Last year, his coming out party for this team was in replacement Devontae Adams was out, right? His touchdowns, his production in the red zone. He's been a little quiet this week, scored his first touchdown. I think he's got a chance now to kind of fill that vacuum.
All right, so the Green Bay Packers sounds like they're just about ready to go. We are, too. A little bit more in the pregame show, including an interview with Kyler Murray. Stick around.
It is time for the final question. Who is offered the Rodgers rate? Jacob State Farm? Basically anyone? Sorry, buddy, that's incorrect.
See? We offer great rates that fit anyone's budget.
That's enough. Thank you very much. Jessica in the middle. You said me? No. What are we doing? Whatever. Also me. Great LOL. That was really important. Of course. Everybody gets the rates, I guess.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
I really like this. Something else you'll really like. Old Navy is imagining a greener future. Future. Hi. Prickly. Oh.
When you walk in the door with the new triple bacon pizza from Papa John's, oh, that smell of bacony goodness has everyone showing up. And I mean everyone. It's the season of bacon at Papa John's.
There's something I want to ask you.
Oh,
The new iPhone 13 Pro is here with the most advanced iPhone camera ever, and I got it at T-Mobile.
I thought you were going to talk about forever.
This is a value that lasts forever, because when you get the new iPhone at T-Mobile, trade-in value is locked in.
So we can always have a new iPhone?
Yes. So, what do you say? Switch to T-Mobile with me?
Yes.
We're going to T-Mobile!
Fall in love with iPhone. Get it on us now and upgrade every 2 years forever. Only at T-Mobile.
My name is Giancarlo Esposito, and I'm preparing to bring you my most monstrous villain yet. Anton Castillo in Far Cry 6. Do you know what you're getting into? Taking on Anton? Fighting on the side of the guerrillas? While I've confronted some formidable foes in my time, I now face someone entirely new. You. Buy it now, or else. Rated M for mature.
Play it on the all-new Xbox.
I have
have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now, there's Skyrizi. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clearer skin at 4 months after just 2 doses.
Skyrizi may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or coughs, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Talk to your dermatologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
For those of you who've never seen the greatest the world has ever been, let's go to the end zone touchdown. Brady. He's got it. Down he goes. Unbelievable. Incredible play.
Download the NFL app today.
Sunday at 9, Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs have the Cowboys rolling.
Of course it's Diggs.
They tell Michael Irvin the keys to Dallas's defensive success.
We got so many go-getters. Everybody's bound to be that guy.
And our crew gets you ready for all of Sunday's action.
This guy is the real deal.
NFL Game Day Morning, Sunday at 9 on the NFL Network.
Step into a gallery of inspiration. Framed artistry. Experience those gifted to amaze. Envision the future. The power of astonishing motion in the brush of a moment.
Kyler Murray is red hot.
Masters of this craft still possess the presence of accomplishment.
Touchdown Packers. Aaron Rodgers has done it again.
The promise of an encore. Change transforms this game.
A little bit of magic from Kyler Murray.
As it has through time.
You're at the mercy of Aaron Rodgers.
Skill and schemes evolve. For those of seasons long ago, creative minds who play today, and so many yet to come. Appreciate, embrace, anticipate all that awaits this masterpiece, the Packers and the Cardinals.
Touchdown, Green Bay!
On this Thursday night on Fox.
Welcome to the GMC Kickoff Show.
Man, this thing should be a work of art. 20 minutes from now, we will kick off the best game of the year so far, as the 6-1 Packers take on the undefeated 7-0 Arizona Cardinals. Kurt Menefee here in Los Angeles with Jay Glazer, Mark Sanchez, Greg Olson, Michael Strahan joining us from New York. And you know what, Michael? All total, these two teams 13-1, a combined winning percentage of .929, or right at 93%, making this the best Thursday night matchup ever.
Wow.
Yeah, it is the best Thursday night matchup ever, Kurt. Our 4 years of doing this is the best game that we've ever had. And both of these teams, best top 2 teams in the NFC, so they are the tiebreakers for the playoff. That's on the line. Whoever can win this game, and potentially, they can make everyone in the playoff in the NFC come through their home stadium. And you know how much of an advantage that is if you're in Green Bay. I definitely know, because I had to play there. First time the Cardinals can ever start out 8-0. Also, for the Green Bay Packers, the way they started the season, all the turmoil in the offseason, all of a sudden now to be in this position is pretty amazing in itself. You have the reigning MVP going against the potential MVP. The game doesn't get any better than this, and it reminds me of Derek Jeter retiring, and whoever won that game, you tip your hat and you pay them respect, and I think that's what they deserve after this one. Going to be a good one.
I love that analogy, and I can't wait for this one. I'm excited to watch it with you guys, but I'm excited for the celebrations. I want the Aaron Rodgers championship belt. I want the Buddha from my man, Kyler Murray. That fires me up. I can't wait for those guys.
Well, we should get a chance to see that, because this probably is going to be a game where a lot of points are put up tonight. I hope.
Yeah.
We'll find out. You know, Michael talked about how the Packers have seemingly righted the ship since losing week 1. A lot of that credit can go to Packers head coach Matt LaFleur, because he's been to 2 NFC championship appearances in his first 2 seasons as a head coach, and already has Green Bay contending for the NFC's top seed yet again. He caught up with Aaron Andrews as he arrived at the game this evening.
Kurt, thanks so much. Matt, thank you for doing this. Obviously a tough week because it's a short one, but now you're going up against a very good Cardinals defense without your top wide receiver. We've heard the record without Davante Adams, 6-0, but how do you try to make up for the fact he's missing tonight?
Well, it's going to take all 11 out on the field doing their job at a high level. And, you know, thankfully, we still have number 12 under center, so that gives us a good opportunity.
And you are without your defensive coordinator tonight, just in time to take on this red-hot Arizona offense. How does your defense try to contain them so you can get the ball back to number 12?
Well, it's going to be a collective effort. Our coaching staff, we got a lot of confidence in those guys. Jerry Gray will be calling it tonight.
Yep.
And it's going to take everybody's best effort going against a team of this caliber with stars across all three phases is a great challenge for us.
Yeah, we appreciate, again, your time. Thanks so much for doing this. Guys, back over to you, Kurt.
All right, and thanks to Coach LaFleur. We'll have more Aaron Andrews in just a bit, because when we continue here on Thursday Night Football, I guess you could say, and then there was one. The Cardinals are the last unbeaten team in the league, thanks in big part to the little quarterback who wears number 1. He also might be the number 1 candidate for league MVP at this point. Aaron Andrews sits down with Kyler Murray when we come back.
GMC Sierra with hands-free driving offers the most advanced and luxurious pickup in its class. Yeah, it rocks.
When it's game time, everyone's got a favorite number. Whichever number you go with, you'll get free delivery on Saturdays when you order with Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Well, we made it through another Halloween without getting eaten. And this year was a close one.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Ooh, you feel that chill?
I don't feel anything. This can't be good.
Kyler, what are you doing?
Kyler's getting an edge on his passing game with these VR training goggles.
First down. Go deep. Touchdown.
Just like Kyler Murray gets an edge on his game, you can get an edge on refinancing with low rates from the experts at Rocket Mortgage.
I'll get a broom.
When you need a competitive edge in the housing game, Rocket can.
This Saturday, while you watch the game, we're watching the grill. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free Saturday delivery, unless you're going to miss seeing this. Introducing free Saturday delivery. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Here we go. Packers versus Cardinals on Thursday Night Football. We all know this is going to be awesome. Now, we're almost midway through the season. Arizona's still undefeated. Pack only have 1 loss, and that was way back in week 1. That great ensemble cast, that's what makes some of the best movies work. It's what I see from these teams. You got your leading men. You got Matt LaFleur, Cliff Kingsbury. These guys might look a little bit more like GQ models of football coaches, but we all know they're the real deal. Charismatic stars, Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray. These guys, they are walking highlights. And then, of course, the it factor. Aaron Jones and DeAndre Hopkins make every single play look effortless. And then, of course, you got the wild cards, you got the kickers. Now, I don't know if anyone's going to make a kick, but I do know it's going to be a wild time. So speaking of wild, let's go back to Kurt and the boys.
Hey, our thanks to John Bernthal. He's in the new movie King Richard. It'll debut in theaters and on HBO Max on November 19th. All right, hey, while we're speaking of premieres, tonight is Arizona's first primetime game of the season. When the schedule came out in May, the Cardinals were only slated for 3 primetime contests total. 15 teams had more. Kind of tells you what the expectations were coming into the season. But Aaron Andrews, this team has exceeded all expectations, and so too has their young quarterback, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, absolutely. The Arizona Cardinals, the lone undefeated team left in the NFL. A lot of that has to do with Kyler Murray, as you guys have discussed tonight. You know, sitting across from him, you could just tell he's so comfortable in this moment right now. He told me he's grown a lot as a player and a leader, especially because of everything last year. The guy has a ton of confidence, or as the kids call it, swag. Whatever it is, he has plenty of it.
Here's an A. It's going to be 4 campers on her. This is the C mark.
What's he wearing? What's he wearing?
All right,
let's get right. Come on, let's go.
Before we get into football, and there's a lot to unpack there, I love the vibe. I mean, some of these outfits, we go tank top and then the all black.
Yeah, that was a little Bruce Lee vibe. Yeah, I got that at Dior, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
fancy.
I seen the suit, and it was just like, kind of clicked, and then...
Yeah. Who's styling you? Is this all you?
Yeah,
Don't cut yourself on these rings, you know?
No, it's all me. It's all, I tell you, I take pride in that. I've always believed you look good, you play good, so...
Want to talk football?
We can.
How could you not when you're 7-0?
I don't see it as that.
What do you see it as?
I prepare each week the same. Obviously, we're 7-0, but the past is the past. You know, I'm on to the present. You know, we got Aaron Rodgers.
I'm going to have you talk about him in just a second. Last year, you guys, at this point of the season, were 5-2. You finish 8-8. You don't go to the playoffs. What do you think you learned from last year that you can apply now?
And I think it goes back to the maturation process. It's just certain things you got to go through to get to where you want to get to. Going through those losses, I've never lost this much in my life, and I think for us, that's just what had to happen. You know, obviously we were feeling ourselves a little bit last year when we shouldn't have been, but I think we got the guys capable to do some special things as we, we're doing right now.
Murray still moving. Wow! Look at the speed. Kyler Murray touchdown.
This matchup obviously is huge. One of the best to do it, Aaron Rodgers on the other side of the field. How much does that excite you walking into this?
It's very exciting. Growing up watching him, he's a bad dude. You know, he's Aaron Rodgers. Just watching his highlights, the way the ball comes out of his hands, swag he plays with. I've never got to meet him, but I'm excited to go head-to-head with him and compete. As I grew up, I really realized, the art of the position and, how hard it is and what it takes and what he does on the field for his team is special, and it's real. Prime time Thursday night. It doesn't really get much better than this. As a kid, this is what I dreamed about.
Knowing how much you love watching him and knowing that this is the first time you guys really have met. You guys are 7-0. What are we walking into the stadium in? Come on.
I actually don't know yet.
My opinion?
I don't know yet. I really don't know yet. I'm going in blind right now.
I don't like this.
I don't like it either. Sometimes the best fits come from just going in the closet and just looking, so.
This guy. I'm just going to break down some fashion here before our biggest Thursday night football game of the year. Unfortunately, Kyler not wearing Wear or MSX. He's rocking a little Gucci bomber jacket, and thanks to my girlfriends for helping me out with this one. Goyard, little man purse there. I love that. Greg Olson, you have a thing or two about man purses. I used to talk to you on the field when you'd roll in with yours, What'd you roll in tonight with?
Yeah, I wasn't rolling in. Me and Kyler are kind of cut from two different cloths there. My outfits were a lot more random.
Indiana
generic.
Jones had one.
Yeah, random generic guy. You know what tonight feels like? It seems like every few years, right, one of these young quarterbacks, they have their moment, right, where they kind of elevate into that elite category across the league. There's a little bit of a proverbial passing of the torch. He's accumulating wins. He's accumulating the statistics. Can he have his signature moment of his career tonight against a former MVP, an all-time great in Aaron Jones? If he does that tonight, I think, with or without it, he's the front runner for the MVP. The season ends today. He's the guy.
He's accumulating wins and accumulating statistics because they've accumulated some players for him. You take a look at it. This time last year, he basically had DeAndre Hopkins as the guy that he wanted to throw to. Now they're able to spread the ball around. You look at this. They've got 4 receivers with over 300 yards already in the season. And last week they went out, Mark, and traded for a Pro Bowl tight end in Zach Ertz.
Talk to me, Kurt. I mean, look at this guy's like a FedEx delivery guy. This is distribution and the best in the league right here. Look at this guy. He's got legit 2 #1 receivers outside, 2 legitimate slot players inside. They have so many targets, so many weapons. 2 legitimate running backs. Then they add a tight end who fills in for Max Williams. I mean, they got it all, man. And don't forget, they can still run the rock.
By the way,
do it all.
DeAndre Hopkins, he was legitimately banged up all week long there. There was concern about his hamstring, but I texted with him about 90 minutes ago. He says, I'm good. I'm full go. I said, Olsen's been bothering me. Should he start you on his fantasy team? He said, I'm a full go. That's all I'm saying.
So start
he said he's a full go.
The only thing my kid asked me, he didn't even care where I was going. He's like, you got to find out if I'm starting Hopkins on my fantasy team.
And by the way, I live in Arizona. It feels like the NFC Championship game out there. There were rallies last night from Cardinals fans. There were Packer bars all over. It feels different. His game feels different out there.
And, Michael, with good reason. I mean, these are the 2 top teams record-wise in the NFC.
Oh, yeah, Kurt. And I got to say, I love watching these features because you learn so much about a guy's personality. The Goyard bag. I got to say, my dog Enzo, he has a Goyard collar, too. Just let y'all know Enzo's fresh to
I wonder
death.
what Julie Johnson's dog has right now.
Julie, but then I look at the whole thing. Oh, you leave Julie Johnson alone. She was a sweetheart. But also, the whole thing about Kyler Murray and Bruce Lee. What did Bruce Lee say? Flow like water, right? Nothing bothers this kid. He just flows in and out of every situation, and that's why he's been successful. You talked about the 4 receivers. 4 receivers with over 300 yards apiece. That just doesn't happen. That's because this kid just realizes whoever's open is getting the ball. He's created a competition among his receiving core that only makes this team better. So, Kyler Murray, keep on flowing.
All right, and for the record, we're not making fun of Julie Johnson.
No.
We're making fun of him for continually trying to get people to feel sorry for him. All right, it's almost
she was smarter than me, so she's winning.
She finished first in her class, you were last.
It's just about game time. You know what? You at home, though, you still got some time to win some of Terry Bradshaw's money. All you got to do is scan the QR code and play the Fox Bet Super 6 app for free. And you get a shot at $25,000. Over the last 3 weeks, the jackpot has been given away, so you could be next tonight. Let's get to the picks for this game tonight. Arizona and Green Bay. Michael, who you taking?
You know I take a risk, Kurt, because I'm that guy. Green Bay by 3.
Oh, Greg.
I usually never bet against Aaron Rodgers, except tonight. Arizona by 3.
Ooh, I got to go Arizona by 7. It's basketball on grass, man. They're too fast-paced. It's always a fast break.
I don't make picks. Don't look at me.
All right, Michael, thank you so much. Always great to see you from New York. We'll see you on the pregame show on Sunday. That'll do it for the GMC kickoff show from Los Angeles. It's time to hit the road for game time and cruise out to the desert in the 2022 GMC Yukon Denali. Joe, Troy, Aaron, and Christina will take over next as 2 of the top teams in the league meet under the Thursday night lights. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers will try to hand Kyler Murray and the Cardinals their first loss of the year. Enjoy the game. We will see you again at halftime.